Despite the drizzle and rain here at the Headingley Football and Cricket Complex, a good crowd assembled, and with all 8 tries in the previous 2 tests coming from those backs as expected, no changes in that area, but a couple of new faces in the pack. Wigan's experienced prop Kelvin Skerritt returns to test duty in the absence of Carl Harrison, and the real surprise, the inclusion of Wigan's talented teenager Andrew Farrell. But New Zealand coach Howie Tammet is surely with his neck on the line here. He's dropped his skipper Gary Freeman, his vice-captain Dwayne Mann, and he brings in Aaron Whittaker and hooker Denwar Johnson. A huge gamble. Will it pay off? And Andrew Farrell, at 18 years of age, the youngest ever test forward to play for Great Britain, and a unique hat-trick for the academy, the under-21s, and now for the full Great Britain side, all in the space of 3 weeks. And Greg McCallum, welcome visitor to Britain, in charge of the 89 series, the 91 series with France. Very quiet, unassuming referee, but a very firm one. And a lot of pride at stake for these Kiwis. They may have lost these first two matches, but I know very, very keen to clinch this one before they set off for France this week and a further test over the Channel. Pitch as ever here at Headingley, in good condition despite the heavy rain overnight. It'll be a little slippery underneath, I think, to start with, but no more than these test players should be able to cope with. And Stephen Kearney, 21 years of age, not even a test player 7 months ago, now skipper of his country. And of course Gary Schofield on his home ground, looking to lead Great Britain to their first 3-0 test series whitewash of the Kiwis in 23 years. Could be a great occasion for Schofield. You think the Kiwis will spoil it, John?
Well, I don't know. If you go 2 up in any series, I think the advantage lies with the team that hasn't won a game. I think they come in with great motivation to do well. So, but this Great Britain side looks like a super side, and they'll take some stopping today.
So Great Britain's Andrew Farrell right into the action straight away. He'll be glad of that first touch of the ball. Edwards back to Davis. Had an influence on this series with his kicking. Dave Watson. Nowhere. Good tackle by Kelvin Skerritt, aided by Carl Fairbank. Kiwis still driving this ball in. Stewart. Big striding prop. Johnson. Back to Kemp. And Davis. Not given as much space there, but a good chase by Tony Kemp. To Devereux, the hero of that second test at Wigan. Joint. Chris Joint, plenty of pace in that second row. Jackson to Skerritt again. 17 stone Wigan forward. Edwards and Davis directing operations in the kicking strings. Watson looked for support from Boddicker, it wasn't there. Boddicker, Iro does well to take it down the blind side. His Kiwi forwards, they were not back. Whittaker, first touch. Mackey, and a forward pass. Jason Mackey a little eager there, John.
Yeah, a little inexperience showed, and he just pushed the pass when the runner had actually gone past him. Here we see Whittaker just drop the ball off to Mackey, and he's definitely in front of him. First mistake of the game.
Edwards, Schofield, Davis linking up well. Schofield again, and that's a pinpoint kick. Clark and O'Fire have got the pace, but I think Botica will beat the pair of them. He does. Good cover back there by Frano Botica from that right wing. The kick was well placed, obviously practiced.
Yeah, it was a nice little set piece. If you noticed the scrum play, they brought Jonathan Davis in, and he just ran in like he was doing. He didn't really hit that back line, and then it set it up for no fullback in the defensive line and a kick and chase. Davis again, feeding Farrell. He's into the action, is this youngster. He's no schoolboy at 17 stones and 6'4". It's number 11 for Great Britain. Skerritt. Plenty of size in this Great Britain pack. Skerritt adding a couple of stones extra. Schofield. Good long ball there to Newlove. Well held by Iro. Schofield. Edwards. Jackson. Almost through. Good tackle by Pongia. Edwards again. The directing operation. Schofield. Well, looking to launch John Devereux there, a little bit exasperated with himself, but at least trying to open out play. And the Great Britain pack somewhat down below, despite the inclusion of Skerritt at 17 stone, John. Yeah, that's very surprising. I always was of the opinion that the New Zealand pack wasn't very big, but that certainly surprises me.
Mackie. Kiwis just content here to hold the ball, just to bring it away. Stewart's none done better in this department than this man, number 10, Brent Stewart from Christchurch. Pongia. But I do think they would do well to move it out a little wider. Solomona, one man who certainly had some weight to that Kiwi pack from Oldham. Kemp. Davis. Skipper. Kearney. Well up. O'Fire. Devereux. Good play by the two wings there, John, coming in midfield. Yeah, it's good to see them get involved and not actually stay out in the wings and wait for opportunities to get in and do some hard work early in the game. Edwards directing Joint, runs onto it very well. Possibly one of the youngest ever back threes in this Great Britain side of Joint, Farrell and Clark. And a good kick from Clark. Sends Watson back. He's got to pick this up in his in-goal area. He must clear that try line or it's a dropout. He does. Good to see Philip Park down there too as one of the best chasers. He kicked the ball back on the halfway and ran his 50 yards to chase the kick down and led the chase. It shows that the Great Britain side's got plenty of enthusiasm to start this game. Kearney. New Zealand skipper in only his 4th test at only 21 years of age. Stewart again. Good. Solomona. Seems to be, back to Whittaker. This is the man who possibly caused a lot of controversy with his inclusion, former Chorley Borough player. Instead of skipper Freeman, Kemp again. Any significance, John? Kemp keeping the ball low, putting it along the ground, possibly because of the wet conditions? Yeah, I think, the kicking game's very important in the way, especially in test matches. Any big game, you've got to kick the ball particularly well. High tackle on a fire from Stewart. Martin O'Fire just brings the ball in here, hits the line very hard. Brent Stewart comes across and the left arm goes right above the shoulders and around the neck. Not a lot of damage done, but certainly an illegal tackle. O'Fire acknowledging not too much damage. And Stewart are ticking off. Davis gaining good ground on this near touchline. Skerrett looking to restore himself to this Great Britain front row, coming in for the injured Carl Harrison, who had 2 very, very good tests. Edwards again to Furbank. Brought in yesterday, Carl Furbank, for the Richiers, out with gastric flu. Schofield, Clark, coming in at an angle, trying to upset the defensive lineup of that Kiwi side there. Edwards again. Sean Edwards, number 7, the man more responsible than anyone, I think, for the axing of Gary Freeman. A high one. Watson's underneath it. The fumble. Gary Connolly, but Fran Obotica once again. Number 2 there, taking advantage of Davis's kick. Kevin Iro playing on his own ground. Iro, Rapati just put his signature to forms to join Featherstone Rovers when he comes back from the French section of this Kiwi tour. Mackie, and one player looking for a British-based club. To Watson again, brings Kearney inside him. Well covered by Skerrett. Oh, a slip. Sean Edwards really worked up. Had a good series, this Wigan halfback. Farrell. Doesn't seem anything wrong in this boy's confidence, John. Farrell.
No, he's a player that, he's a young player. I used him at Wigan last year, and he certainly plays with maturity above his years. He's very confident, very cool, and he takes the right options on the rugby league field.
Edwards, the dummy. Oh, he's got Clark outside him. Chose to come inside. Good cover. Good sweep by hooker there. Denwa Johnson and Mackie. Skerrett again. Been missing with a knee operation in recent weeks. Edwards trying to bring the forwards off him. Oh, he does. He brings Carl Furbank. And Furbank's over for the first try of the afternoon. Delight on Carl Furbank's face. He was demoted to travelling reserve this week. Richiers came in, and hasn't Carl Furbank come back with a bang? What a way to prove yourself. Carl Furbank, Bradford Northern forward, his second try.
Yeah, the ball comes to Edwards here. He just runs for the corner post. All he needs is straight runners. They drop off him a little bit and don't pick him up. He unloads the ball to Fairbank, coming hard and very straight. Good hit and spin, and he's over the line. Good try.
Beautiful move by Edwards. Just the ball at the right time, and that's when a forward should come in crashing in. Watson can't hold him, and it's a try. Jonathan Davis, first attempt at goal. Been in good form, especially in this series. 6 goals and a drop goal in the 2 tests, and 42 goals in the season. Gary Schofield, a little rib injury. He'd want to stay on a little early for the skipper, but he certainly looks in pain. Jonathan Davis kicked 10 goals here against France in April, and there's another one. So 6 points to 0 for Great Britain, and as good as that score is, the sad sight there of Gary Schofield coming off just looks a knock in that rib area, and obviously in considerable pain.
Yeah, Edwards just coming across the park here. He's looking for straight runners or somebody to cut back inside, and they just overplayed a little bit the defence. They hang off him, gives him a chance to unload the ball to the straight runner, and it's a very good try. It's just the start that Great Britain needed.
Darryl Farrell. Andy Farrell there once again taking the ball at first receiver. Darryl Powell there coming in, the substitute, number 14 for the injured Gary Schofield. Furbank. Edwards. Sean Edwards keeps pressuring this man Watson at full-back. Uses Botica well. A good cover by Newlove. Great Britain again using the kicking game that they did so well at Wembley, John.
Yeah, Sean Edwards is one of the great tactical kickers in the game over here, and he certainly puts a lot of teams under pressure. Here's Schofield now with Solomona. Also a shoulder thrown in there by Pongia and twisted him around. He's definitely got a rib injury.
And over to you, Richard, down on the bench.
Yes, we're on the Great Britain bench. I just had a word with the Great Britain doctor, and he confirms that Gary Schofield certainly has a rib injury. Gary's obviously in great pain. He's also winded, of course, as well, which is taking him off the pitch. But they're deep in conversation now, and Gary Schofield is still wincing quite badly, and he may not play no further part in this game at all.
Whittaker, number 7 for New Zealand, pushing them forward.
And with the internationals rules, Ray, that Schofield can't come back onto the field. He's finished. He's finished for the day, and he can't participate in the game any longer.
It's a rib damage or rib cartilage, can be very, very painful. Good scrum from Great Britain. Edwards to Powell. Powell, accustomed to playing in that standoff position, very experienced Test player. And of course, 4 substitutes at international level. Clark. Sheffield Eagles, Darryl Powell. Joint. Edwards. The kick again, spreading Watson from one side of the field to the other. Has Jason Williams this time moving back. Williams coming in for the deposed Sean Hoppy. Not too keen on being tackled there by Devereux and Farrell. Barty. Good start for Great Britain. Stewart. Johnson going himself. Good run by this David Hooker Johnson from Wellington. Keeps the ball moving to Kemp. Back kick. Oh, Cameron's got that ball. Can he get it away? No, he can't. Well picked up there by the youngster. Edwards brings Devereux in. Jason Mackey and skipper Kearney taking care of Devereux. Edwards again, always in possession. Powell, the miss ball to Davis. Newlove does well to go back. Oh, he slipped on that surface. But it was well done. Edwards gets it out to Powell at the heart of the defence. Looks for Furbank again. Watson. And an obstruction try the referee is giving. More controversy. Mr. McCallum, an obstruction try. He's adjudging that when Carl Furbank passed that to fall out. The Great Britain, Phil Clark was held back and the try has been awarded. Obstruction try, of course, awarded under the posts. And Mr. McCallum again, not afraid to make a decision. We had a similar try.
Yeah, here's Carl Fairbank. The ball inside to Philip Clark, I think it was, who could have gone in under the posts. And the tackle came in very early before he had a chance to catch the ball. Tony Kemp was the culprit.
And here we see, John, that the try. Powell puts it back to Furbank. He puts it to wild pass. Phil Clark is obstructed, and as Mr. McCallum told the players, the try is awarded to Phil Clark. Obstruction try under the post. And another goal under the post. Phil Clark. Wigan moves forward, just 22 years of age. takes Great Britain out even further. 12-0, just 17 minutes gone.
Yeah, here's Fairbank. He throws the ball inside. As you can see, number 6, Tony Kemp, has claimed the tackle too early and didn't give Philip Clark a chance to catch the ball. So it's another 6 points to Great Britain.
Edwards. Farrell again, seems to be enjoying himself. Jackson. Edwards again, going into the acting half-back position, but a penalty. Holding on to the Kiwi. Is it worth going for goal, John? I mean, they are 12-0 down.
Oh, it's early in the game. I'd take the 2 points.
And no finer kicker to take the 2 points than number 2, Frano Botica.
Just Lee Jackson going out of the picture there. Lee Jackson walked forward after he played the ball and obstructed the New Zealand marker. The New Zealand side were guilty of going to sleep a little bit at marker in the lead-up work to that last try. New Love went to dummy half. Both markers moved to the inside, and New Love went 50 yards down the sideline, which set up the last try. So it's an area that they're going to have to tighten up.
Frano Botica, Rugby League's leading goal scorer this season, 48 goals to his credit. Looking to edge nearer to Great Britain. He strikes it well and true. It's 2 points, so Frano Botica's name on the scoreline, and New Zealand now trailing just 12 points to 2. 20 minutes gone in this first half. Jonathan Davis to kick off, and Lee Jackson there obstructing the New Zealander at the play of the ball. Jonathan Davis. Again, a kick along the floor, hoping to skid the ball off this wet, greasy surface, but picked up well. Strong burst again by this man Stewart. Botica taking the ball there. Shouldn't have a wingman really taking the ball in that situation. This is the type of man who should be coming. Solomona to Johnson. Having a good game around the rucks, this hooker. Only 5'8", but big man, 15 stone. Kearney, another big man. Perhaps New Zealand's outstanding forward in this series, John.
Yeah, I think he's played very well and very effective out there on the edge of the ruck. 1 or 2 passes out, that's a place to use him, and he's made quite a few breaks in the series on the edge of the ruck, out around the half and the standoff.
Johnson. And again, lying on. Great Britain penalised, lying on there at the play of the ball. Johnson very keen to get up to play it, and it's Jackson again.
Yeah, here's Lee Jackson here holding down, and it's a judgment call. The referee's got to make a decision on that, and he's ruled that Lee Jackson just held the player down too long.
And Mr. McCallum just asking Frano Botica what he wants to do. And as ever, Botica wants to kick. It's good distance, 35 metres, right out on that touchline. But I doubt, John, would I think I've ever seen a better kicker from the touchline than this man.
No, Botica can certainly hit the ball well, and he's one of the greatest goal kickers that I've ever seen. Speaking as his former coach, I would just about go on the record here and say that's just about outside Botica's range, but we'll know in a moment. But Botica's probably a better judge than I am.
He seems to float them over, John. This instep kick. Few nerves. Steadies himself. out.
I told you it was just outside of his range, Ray.
You've got a tape measure on you, John, have you?
3 inches outside of his range.
Phil Clarke again, doing well. Great Britain, as with Newlove before, and Clarke here, using this blind side well, pulling the Kiwi forwards across, then launching a forward here like Chris Joynt, down the middle. Sensible tactics. Edwards, now the kick. Finds Botica underneath it. And Botica finds good cover in Newlove, and Farrell, he's lost it. Oh, that's good ball to Martin Offiah for the corner. He's got Watson on his outside. Well, a little hesitancy there, I think, from Martin Offiah. I think possibly someone called inside, but it's Great Britain on the attack. Edwards, the long ball to Joynt. There's an overlap here. Joynt trying to go himself. Clarke to Davis. He's got Gaviner. Good tackle. Good tackle, but it's all Great Britain on the attack. Connolly. Picked up by Furbank. Did well just to steady that there, Carl Furbank. Jackson again. Sensed that the Kiwis were flooding to the wings. That's where the Kiwis thought the point of the attack was coming. Joynt. Clarke. Joynt again. Good move. Well, Gaviner being held back again, I think, by Jason Williams. And a penalty. Tackled without the ball. Good decision by Greg McCallum.
Yeah, it's a kick in. Here we can see Jason Williams pulling the winger back.
Great Britain confident, wanting to keep on the move, keep further pressure on New Zealand. And they do. Furbank having a good game, this Bradford Northern prop. The switch to Edwards. He's got forwards coming in. Joynt, he could pick his spot. Joynt or Farrell. Great Britain working at speed here. Powell, Clarke, Newlove. He's got Offiah outside him. Having a little trouble with his footwork, Paul Newlove, on this near side. Offiah, Clarke, got dummy, and the burst. Phil Clarke, he's on his back foot, no, held up. And Kearney and Lee Jackson, there's a bit of a personal battle, but referee McCallum, good decision again.
Great footwork from Philip Clarke there, just kicks back on the inside off the right foot, almost Avish, pulled down short of the line, and Whittaker did a good job to hold him up.
New Zealand having great problems with this back row of Great Britain, the pace of them. Edwards, Powell, the switch to Connolly. Great Britain attackers seem to be coming from everywhere. Superb performance from this Great Britain side. Edwards hemmed in, has time to switch. Furbank again. No relief for New Zealand. Scarrett pounding down. Recovered from his knee injury, number 8. Scarrett, Edwards, Powell. That's a good kick, but no, not this time. No try. Mr. McCallum judging the knock-on. Just the slightest.
Edwards on a run around here, just kicks the ball, goes into the opposition, but the referee's ruled it's come off somebody's hand there. Might have been a dream test match for Andy Farrell.
Yeah, it just hit his hand, apparently. Just hit Farrell's hand. Aaron Whittaker. Scrum half for New Zealand. Had a season with Chorley Borough. Mackie, who's desperate for a season over here with the British club. 27 minutes in this first half. 12-2, Great Britain. Solomona. Would you believe it? This man's referred to as Tiny Solomona. 17 stones. Stewart. Never fails to gain ground at first receiver. Kemp. pushed into a hurried kick. Into space and time for Davis. Good chase by Pongia and number 7 Whittaker. A fire. Just look at that for possession, John. 83%. I mean, that's an amazing statistic.
Certainly is when you get into a test match situation, and unless they can turn things around, the New Zealand are looking down the barrel of a big loss.
Well, there is some possession for the New Zealanders now then. The first time really in possession in this 20-metre area. Johnson, Solomona. And John, you and I were only speaking before this match kicked off about the number of handling errors made by this New Zealand side. There's another crucial one, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. You just can't afford to drop the ball here like Solomon has done early in the tackle count.
Mueller. And there it is, New Zealand leading already, 4-3. But of course the Kiwis handling errors in the vital areas of the field. Using that short side again, Skerritt. Great Britain using this short side, the blind side, with the forwards a lot, John.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of good ground out of it too, and then they'll just work the ball up. One more tackle, Sean Edwards, it'll go back to Sean Edwards. He'll kick the ball away from the fullback, and Great Britain are back in the New Zealand half.
But Jackson spots the gap. Quickly sealed by Solomona and Kearney. Now the Edwards kick. As predicted, to Watson. Uses Botica. But Great Britain following up very, very quickly. Powell, Furbank. Watson again. Mr. McCallum urging them to have a quick play the ball. Pongia. Canberra Raiders forward in the Winfield Cup in Australia. Stewart.
Come on then, roll away, let him play it.
Johnson. Well, he's, if nothing, very, very determined runner round the rucks is Denwa Johnson. Watson trying to put that kick into no man's land, picks up a fire now then. He's covered by Botica, good tackle. Davis looking to open it up, has the speed, and that's a penalty. Running around the back of his own teammate, Jonathan Davis. He knows what he's done.
Very elusive runner, Jonathan Davis, but here he just tries to take off too much ground. Stephen Kearney there runs into Fairbank, and it's a nice kickable penalty for Botica.
Yes, there we see it. (12-2) to Great Britain. And is this one within his range, John?
Yeah, I'd back Botica here.
I think I would too. No wind at all, hardly here. A very damp, misty day at Headingley. Not very good conditions for kicking from running in from underfoot. But doesn't trouble Botica. Troubles the electronic scoreboard here at Headingley. Another 2 points for New Zealand. At least they're keeping in contention despite the tremendous possession difference. 12-4 for Great Britain.
On the Great Britain bench with John Keir, the Great Britain assistant coach. John, you've got nearly all the football. Maybe you should have more points.
Yes, we've been playing quite well. Condition are dictating how we're having to play. We're having to play for field position. But the only concerning thing is that we've given away 2 penalties when we've been in possession of the ball, and that's how they've got their points on the board.
The loss of Gary Schofield very important because he called out the play, didn't he?
He did, yes. It's a good performance up to now, Richard, and we're just looking to build upon this field position we've got now.
Thanks, John.
Here's a kick on hard down to Whittaker, a simple catch and a drop ball, put the side under all sorts of pressure. I'd be surprised if the Great Britain side didn't get over the line here, Ray.
All the scrums to date gone to the head, and Great Britain with 6 tackles here. Once again, Powell having problems with the rain lying on the turf here, and surely a punch up here between Solomona and Kelvin Skerritt, 2 powerful men. And the touch judge, Mr. Hayes, and Solomona, isn't he giving some mouthing there to Skerritt, but he's enjoying himself. The touch judge just having a word with Mr. McCallum. Jeff Hayes indicating the problems between these 2 men. Well, Solomona doesn't seem to, I think, accept the gravity of the situation, John.
No, this is a test match, and the big number 8s, they've just tangled in the scrum, and the referee's got them together. Going to sort things out. We'll see which way the penalty goes. It's a play-on situation.
Mr. McCallum, very calm, very assured, but very firm, has the respect. Oh, and just look, the 2 of them are right in there. Skerritt and Solomona again. Skerritt led into the tackle. Solomona was very determined to tackle him. And he's having a word with Skerritt about the elbow, John. He led with
lifted the elbow in the tackle. It was a silly play. I mean, he's got the elbow up too high.
Well,
lifting the arm up, gets up under the chin of Solomona, and you can be penalised with the ball in your hands as well as in defence.
personal rivalry there, John, costing Great Britain 40 metres. And Stewart drives in, and suddenly this test match rises up a notch or 2. Johnson, just 5 minutes remaining in this first half. Solomona takes 3 to put him down. And Mr. McCallum moving very, very close to the tackles. Johnson. Fairbank. Almost par for the course there, John. I can't remember the Kiwis going 6 tackles.
No, they haven't, and things just need to be calmed down here on both sides. There's a couple of mistakes come in, and the crowd's noticeably lifted, and there's a bit of excitement coming to the game, but both teams need to calm down.
If anything, John, tempers flaring would suit the Kiwis, wouldn't it? I mean, Great Britain don't want knocking off this type of game they're playing.
No, I think they're too professional for that. The referee's in there at the moment having a word with both front rowers, saying let's not have any trouble, this is a test match, and just calm down and get on with the game. Excellent
refereeing there by the Australian, just stopping the game, having a word with them. Tony Kemp. Whittaker. Kevin Iro. The party. Shrugs off Powell. Doesn't lose Phil Clark. And I think that was interference from Phil Clark.
Yeah, Phil Clark here in on the tackle. Just about to get up and the ball comes free. Great Britain feed and another chance for the Great Britain side to score.
Powell. Double Powell, well contained there. Edwards looks for support, decides to kick for a fire, and Newlove, but Botica's back. Does well to pick up and does well to scramble over that line. Saves the drop out beneath the post. And interesting to see Jason Williams coming across there, number 5. Good cover for the Kiwis. Watson. Oh, and again he spills it. Connolly had Deverell outside it. But this pitch, John, is really causing problems underfoot, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is, and the ball's coming out in a lot of tackles, but You just can't give a good side like Great Britain so much ball down there and not expect to be scored on.
Edwards trying to bring the pack on. He does. He brings Farrell. Has these forwards, this Farrell, Joint and Clark running off him, coming at the angles. Here's another one, brings Devereux in. Great Britain 10 metres from that Kiwi line. A try now would be devastating for New Zealand. Gets the ball out to Edwards again, to Skerrett. Forward pass. Kelvin Skerrett, he knows it, he says it was a forward. A grin on his face.
Skerrett here twisting and pushing out of tackles, and releases the ball there, but the referee's already blown the whistle, brought them back.
Aaron Whittaker, at scrum half, bounces the ball down. Not having the best of debuts. John Devereux. A knock on that thigh. Edwards looks for Connolly, finds him. Well held by Watson, but still relentless pressure from Great Britain. Edwards again, looks for Clark, finds Joint. Edwards, Furbank. Always seems to be lurking around there. One or two players out, coming off Sean Edwards. Jackson, Edwards again. To Joint. Oh, the gap was there. Connolly, I think, realised it as well. Edwards again, in possession, to Skerrett. Launching his Wigan teammate. The fifth tackle. Edwards. Connolly, well picked up by Whittaker. Good cover there by Aaron Whittaker.
Certainly was. They survived a lot of pressure, and it looks like now they'll be able to hang on until half-time and go in with the scorelines fairly close, which sets us up for a really nice second half.
Stewart, you think Great Britain didn't make the best use of that pressure there, John? Should have gone wider, the ball?
Well, I think they were concerned about their control, Ray. I think they've seen New Zealand squander possession, and I think in the back of their minds is they're saying we must play out our 6 tackles, we must control the ball.
Solomona. Kemp. Good little kick for Watson, he finds it, and he's got Hondia with him. Oh, he can't get away, and once again, the pitch gets the better of him. And Tony Kemp misses the chance.
Yeah, Watson picked up a nice ball there, gives it away to Ponga. He gets back up to his feet here and deliberately throws the ball forward. I would have said that was a penalty.
Tackle off the ground, possibly, John.
No, just deliberately threw the ball, threw the ball forward.
Skerrett. Half time. Very satisfactory performance from Great Britain. The 2 tries there, one for Fairbank, one for Clark, and the 2 goals for Davis. There's no doubt about it that Coach Mulreilly, tactically again, far superior to Howie Tamwich in the New Zealand outfit, John.
Yeah, he's done a great job, Malcolm, with this side, and they're very professional. They know what they're doing. They're aware of a lot of the finer aspects of the game, and a superior side, but it's not showing on the scoreboard. New Zealand's still in this game.
Certainly are. New Zealand very much in this game, but of course it's Great Britain there. Just look at those handling errors again, John. New Zealand 10, we've only played 40 minutes.
Yes, it's just too high, isn't it, for International Rugby League?
And the possession, 20 minutes in Great Britain, but another 40 minutes to go, and New Zealand with, I think, plenty to say. It's Great Britain 12, New Zealand 4. 12-4, a comfortable lead in a test match, but not one that cannot be overturned in the next 40 minutes. There's still a chink of light there for New Zealand.
Yeah, here's Edwards coming straight across the field. He's looking for straight runners or inside runners. Farrell peels off on the inside, Carl Fairbank hits the ball nice and hard and straight on the outside, and Watson can't hold him up. Just too much strength.
And here we see the obstruction, John.
Yeah, again, Fairbank's involved. He gets a nice one-handed pass away, and Philip Clark is tackled before he had a chance to catch the football.
Davis kicks off. Kearney receives. Iro. Great Britain will be wanting to hold this lead for the next 10 minutes, and Alan Tate, the substitute, coming on for Darryl Powell, and Tate moving to the full-back position, John.
Yes, and Jonathan Davis will go up and play standoff, where he can do a fair bit of damage up there, and he's a good player to have in that position.
Johnson, good run down the middle. He's got Watson outside him. Certainly had a good debut, this lad Johnson, in terms of running, but not so much, John, in terms of handling.
No, that's inexperienced play. It wasn't late in the tackle count, and he got away down the middle. Take the tackle. They're in a position to score some points.
And Great Britain wanting to hold it steady here, possibly looking for, as this game wears on, New Zealand becoming frustrated and moving the ball around, beginning to make mistakes.
The news from the bench of the Great Britain injuries: Darryl Powell has a shoulder injury, so he's taking no further part in this game. Gary Schofield, not good news, rib cartilage injury. He'll be out for at least 6 weeks. That means he'll miss the Regal Trophy match next week against Salford. But John Devereux, who had a thigh injury in that first half, he's okay, so John Devereux looks fit.
Watson looks for support, finds Aaron Whittaker. Skerritt picks up. Joint. I'm surprised the Kiwis haven't any substitutes on, John.
Yeah, they've got some good subs on the bench, and a couple of players there that could turn the match around. They're close enough, if they use those substitutes, to come up with a surprise result.
Edwards to a Fire. Fire, I don't think, really expecting that ball. But Edwards again relishing the activity here this afternoon. Farrell, another young forward, certainly being blooded here, possibly a contender for against Australia next season. Tate, well taken by Williams, and well beaten. Two men there, Williams and Connolly, who played at Canterbury Bankstown this summer. And Rapati once again knocks on. Well, John, we've hardly been playing a couple of minutes. We've seen Rapati knock on, we've seen Johnson knock on.
Here we've got Connolly laying in the back of the play the ball there, and he just is not allowed to lie in there, and that was the penalty. He interfered with the ball and the play the ball.
Ball coming off Connolly's leg. So that knock on by Rapati, not too damaging for the Kiwis. Stewart driving in, and if that rib cartilage is as sore as when I endured rib cartilage trouble many years ago, he'll be in for a painful few weeks. Mackie. We've seen very little of the Kiwi backs. It's been mainly the forwards, John, plugging away down the middle, hasn't it?
Yeah, they haven't shown a lot of flair, a lot of willingness to let the ball go and move the ball wide, and that's where they can do some damage.
Kemp, Watson, Solomona. Forward pass. Mr. McCallum was just waiting to see if there was a possibility of an advantage, but no advantage. Once again, careless handling.
Yeah, it's a nice little run around here. Solomona on an inside pass, but they've just thrown away the book on ball control. They're not paying any attention to hanging on that football and playing out their 6 tackles.
Davis, Tate, plenty of pace, this Leeds and Great Britain fullback, Alan Tate. Newlove. Big advantage in this three-quarter line for Great Britain, with men the size of Newlove and Devereux. Can always help men out like Phil Clark there. Edwards Skerrett. This time Great Britain lose the ball. Well picked up by Solomona. Kearney. And New Zealand really have to have the discipline to hold this 6 tackles here. Whittaker, Stewart. A try for New Zealand would really bring them back in the game. Mackie, Williams. But not really making the breaks in midfield. Whittaker, Kemp. Trying to bring Ponga inside. He gets Ponga. Watson came running on a good curve but couldn't get the ball away. Kearney. Skerrett. Certainly enjoyed himself here this afternoon, Kelvin Skerrett. Chris Joynt. Farrell got Davis on his outside. Good tackling by the Kiwis there, Ponga and Iro. Clark. Good clamping of the ball there by the Kiwis, and Sonny Nicol warming up. Switch to Davis. Beats Whittaker. Puts a lengthy kick in. Leaves it to Watson. Williams cuts inside him. Well, I think David Watson was looking to find Williams to get him to the ball. Johnson, Stewart. Kemp, Mackie. New Zealand really playing, John, in a sort of a 10-yard area around these rucks all the time.
Yeah, they're just trying to punch the ball down the middle and kick and chase and hope for a Great Britain mistake. So far, the Great Britain side has been fairly mistake-free.
Tate. Once again finding difficulties as on this near side. Clark opens it to Davis. Now then, pace and size. Oh, Hire just slipped there on I think Davis's ankle. Davis again to Fairbank. Good tackle, nothing wrong with that tackle, but there was something wrong with the gentleman there who decided to come in, Mr. Johnson. Nothing wrong with Iro's tackle there, number 3, but Johnson came in after.
Yeah, it's a little hooker here, number 9, coming in very late. Gets the arm up as well. Comes in for a second shot.
And John Lomax coming on there for Dave Watson. Hard working forward, and Dave Watson, Bradford Northern, New Zealand fullback.
Richie Blackmore's on too, Ray, and there are a couple of changes that nothing's been happening in this game in the second half, and a couple of changes like that might turn the whole thing around. Sonny Nichol's on for Great Britain as well.
And there's Richard Blackmore, the Castleford centre for Solomona. So the Kiwis are forward for a back and a back for a forward. Edwards, Tate, but it's still Great Britain. Sonny Nicol there, perhaps a little more pace than Carl Fairbank. Fairbank done the hard work like this man Skerrett in midfield. Oh, and I think a punch was directed there. Edwards, always dangerous. Certainly, I'm pretty sure a punch was directed as touch judge Mr. Blunden coming on, just having a word with Mr. McCallum. And he's looking for number 15, John Lomax. And they can't, and he says, who? Me? What have I done? A picture of absolute innocence.
Here's Lomax over the top here. No, he just pushes down. Looked a lot worse than it was. I don't think there was a lot in that. And unfortunately, it's a penalty, and it's in a very kickable position.
Yes, it's a penalty. Not too much malice there, but really, Lomax should know better.
I think it's often hard for the subs that are sitting on the bench. They're all fired up. They're watching the game. They're probably watching the game slip away from New Zealand. They come out. They're over enthusiastic. They try to make an impact, and this is the result. A silly penalty in front of the sticks.
And you want to impress immediately, John, don't you?
Well, you want to get into the action, don't you, Ray? You've been sitting on the bench, cooling your heels for 60 minutes.
Davis, 100% record in this match. 8 goals to date and a drop goal in the series. And his third one of this afternoon takes him out to 19 points so far in this 3-match series. And 14 points to 4 for Great Britain. Half an hour remaining. And really, John, this New Zealand side, they've got to put some trust in their backs, haven't they?
They've got to have a go and move the ball out in the back line and take a few chances. I think the Great Britain attack is missing Gary Schofield. Edwards and Schofield have worked up a nice little combination, and I think that's just missing since Schofield went off.
Edwards to Devereux. Not had any real running chances in this third test. 3 tries in the first 2 tests, the big powerful Welshman. Farrell. Oh, good dummy from Farrell. He's got a fire on his outside. Oh, he's trusting to himself, and another dummy for the youngster. Play on, says Mr. McCallum. It was no, he's giving knock on. The touch judge signalled him. He shouted play on, Mr. McCallum first. Well, Farrell apologising to a fire, but I don't think he's got much to apologise for, John, has he?
No, it was a great run from the young fella, but once he gets in the clear, if you've got a player like Martin Offier outside, you've got to give him the ball. Fastest player in the game, and if he had given him the ball nice and early, well, something would have happened. Not giving him the ball, he should have hung on to it.
And you know, I think Mr. McCallum was right there, not the touch judge. I think the Kiwi actually knocked the ball down, but it's New Zealand in possession, and it's Whittaker to Mackie. The forward from Northland, number 13, Whittaker again. Kemp, well picked up by Williams, playing at full back now to Kearney. Johnson, Pongia, got Rapati outside him, but a good battle between Connolly there and Pongia. Stewart. Whittaker again, trying to get this back division moving. Kearney. 5th tackle, well, Howie Tammet is possibly future as a test coach on the line here. Balreilly's experience, I think, shown through in this series. And head and ball to Great Britain. Indication of the mistakes made by New Zealand there. All the scrums with the head. 8 to Great Britain. To Davis at standoff. Will he take on Kemp? He's got the pace on Kemp, not got the size. I was half expecting that, John. Davis having a go.
Yeah, he's a good runner of the football, very fast. He's a player that if given a little bit of space, he can get away and make something of it.
Edwards, joints. Interfering. Don't do it, said Mr. McCallum. Oh, yeah. Penalty against the Kiwi skipper. And good refereeing there. He's also having a word with Davis and saying, look, I know he was lying on, but don't start kicking out trying to fool me. Skerritt. He's made a good return to Test rugby, John.
Yeah, he's a top-class rugby league front rower, and it's a hard job, and And Skerritt's just a great player, and it's good to see that if a guy like Carl Harrison goes out of the side, a guy like Skerritt can come in and do just as good a job.
Clark, switch play, Edwards bringing joint. Good movement by Edwards across the face of the Kiwi defence, trying to send one of these second rows through. Here he is again to Connolly. A good tackle by Rapati. Held up by Kemp. Clark. The Kiwi defence up a little bit too quickly there for Phil Clark. Edwards, Davis, attempted drop. And a successful drop for Jonathan Davis. Always seems to collect points whenever he's playing, this little Warrington player. 15 points to 4 now for Great Britain. 55 minutes gone.
Yeah, it's just slipping away a little bit here. Jonathan Davis with plenty of time for a drop goal, and he doesn't miss those chances.
His second in the series. Williams. Gavera only seemed to receive the ball this afternoon in defence from kicks or helping his forwards out. Sonny Nicol, St Helens, second row. Farrell. Oh, good run again. Must be a contender, John, for the sort of forward of this match, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's played very well. He hasn't been overawed by the situation. He's come in, he's mixed it with the big boys, and he's done a good job.
And Edwards there just congratulating the youngster. Good run, difficult putting it down. Rapati and Iro. Mr. McCallum having a word with these two forwards, talking about the tackles getting a little high. Get the tackles down. Kearney and Phil Clark, the acting skipper in Schofield's absence. Kemp looked for the pass, didn't find Williams, finds Whittaker. Oh, Whittaker just edging through. And that just shows what defence New Zealand have had. In fact, all credit to them that in fact the score isn't higher than it is. 118 tackles made. Kemp, the switch inside to Rapati. Lomax. John Lomax, one of two brothers on the substitutes bench for New Zealand. Kemp. Good dummy from Mackie. Play on. And that's another 6 tackles. The ball hitting Gary Connolly. And the penalty. Interference. Phil Clark at the play the ball. New Zealand then having their best moments now, driving in. It's skipper Kearney trying to inspire them, looking for a try. Stewart, defence needed by Great Britain. This Great Britain defence has been solid and sure in the series. Whittaker. Johnson. Oh, he gets that ball back to Pongia. Good tackle again by Connolly. Strong, hard tackling Connolly. Clark did well to come out there, but I think he'll be penalised. He is. And Mackie to take the tap. Great Britain possibly a little bunched. Williams, Whittaker. Good encroaching defence by Great Britain there. Davis and Edwards moved out very, very quickly. Sent New Zealand back 5 or 10 yards. Williams, he's a lively customer, this Canterbury Bankstown man. Blackmore, still no way through for New Zealand. Whittaker to Lomax. Nicol and Joint take care of him. Pressure from New Zealand at last. Kemp, good pass to Kearney. Just 2 tackles remaining in this sequence. 5 metres from the Great Britain line. Johnson gets the pass out. No way through for Kemp. The 5th tackle. Johnson. Well taken, no, but no. Connolly let it go. He took his eye off the ball just at the last second. Still New Zealand on the attack. Ropati has a go himself. We said New Zealand might come back. Here they are. Kearney shrugs off Lee Jackson. Doesn't escape Andrew Farrell. Whittaker. Lomax. Kemp with the pass, and Jonathan Davis intercepts. Now then, Davis, he's quick, but he's got Blackmore coming across. He's got Whittaker there, but Davis has the pace for a magnificent try. I said wherever he is, he always seems to pick up the points. And Jonathan Davis, surely on the hour, delivers the killer punch for New Zealand. The Kiwis have pressed and pressed, and Davis has pounced. His 3rd try in Test rugby, and none better, John.
No, none better. And here we see Tony Kemp. He just flicks a speculator out here, and what an opportunist Jonathan Davis is. He's just put himself in a position there to pick up the intercept, and then a sheer pace. Richie Blackmore closing in a little bit, keeps him wide of the post to make it a little more difficult kick, but certainly a great try.
I think the interesting thing here, John, he's a half-back originally, Davis. You know, you expect a half-back's pace to be 20-30 yards, but he holds off 2 wingmen and a centre here, doesn't he?
Yeah, he had a nice little jump start there, and he got away from everybody in the first 20 yards when he could use that blistering pace that he has. As you see here, this is where he puts the gap in between him and the opposition. From the halfway line there, we'll see Richie Blackmore holding his own, coming into it, and keeps him out a little wider. But they had Great Britain under enormous pressure up on that goal line, and but
all credit to this man. The defence was sound. And when New Zealand tried to open that ball out, the mistake came. He pounced, and the try. And now seeking to convert his own effort from that 20-metre line. Well, I think possibly a little tired. Didn't really put much whack into that ball, but the try certainly counting.
It's not a bad time in a game to give somebody else a kick at goal after a guy's just run 90 yards. It's probably a good time to change the kickers over.
Possibly Andrew Farrell, who's done some kicking, John.
Yeah, he's a good goal kicker.
Farrell. New Zealand had excellent wins over Wales and the clubs, Wigan, Leeds and Helens, but when it's come to the Test matches, Great Britain have been on top, and that's one of the reasons. The possession that Great Britain's had and the handling errors of the Kiwis sadly let them down. Edwards off Aaron Whittaker, straight into touch. Straight off Whittaker, into touch.
It was great effort from Whittaker there, but unfortunately the rules say that whoever the ball came off before it goes over the sideline, they don't get the feed. So it's Great Britain ball again, and another 6 tackles.
It's a little unfortunate, John, for the Kiwi, because it was a good charge down by Whittaker, and you would think should be rewarded.
Yes, it was, but that's the way the rules go.
Great Britain losing the ball. New Zealand's head and ball here. Lee Jackson going down in the tackle, and he loses it. Whittaker Edwards up very, very quickly on Kemp, and he loses it. And Andrew Farrell, number 11, there very quickly outside from the left-hand side of that scrum there. Davis, he's got space again, he's looking for that gap, here he is! Just held on the leg by Rapati. Clark. Joint. Big difference in speed between these two sides now, John.
Yes, there is, and they're about to do a job, I think, the Great Britain side. They've had a lot of possession, and New Zealand starting to tire, and it wouldn't be surprised me if a couple more tries are scored.
Well, 15 minutes remaining in which to score a couple more tries. Tate. Solid tackle by Richie Blackmore. Edwards offloaded the ball. Nicol. Unusual to see him kick. Gratefully accepted by Bottica. Not had too much play, these Kiwi wings. Iro. $19 points to 4. Convincing lead by Great Britain. Lomax. New Zealand facing their 6th Test defeat in 9 tests. Whittaker. Kearney. The kick through, that's effective, he can gather it. Oh, Kemp just not there, but good cover again by John Devereux. Coming back, what a fine footballer this powerful Great Britain wing is. He spotted the danger, he continued with Kearney and helped his men out. That was a little high too from number 12, Ponga, on Paul Newlove. Farrell. Gaining in confidence. Former Orrell St James amateur in Wigan. Edwards. The switch finds Clark. Oh, he's got Chris Joint with him. One of the fastest second rows in Britain. Well taken by Edwards to a fire now then. Surely Martin a fire will streak for that corner. He'll outpace them all. He does. And doesn't he just love scoring, this Wigan wing? He likes to put his head back, stretch out, and another try for Great Britain. Convincing whitewash here of the Kiwis. And a fire creeping up in those try-scoring stakes at international level.
Yeah, Skerritt had unloaded the ball here in tight. Now Chris Joint gets put into some space over here on the sideline and just pins his ears back and goes for broke. As always, Edwards on the inside supporting the play. Quick ball to Martin off here, and then Martin says, see you later. Love scoring tries.
Yes, good burst here by Chris Joint, the St Helens second row, and I commented about Devereux coming inside, and here's the other wing of fire. He takes it, poise, pace, balance, stepping out like a thoroughbred. No one has a chance to catch him. A try all the way.
Yeah, Edwards on the support play, great support player, and Martin off here, he just pins his ears back. He's been very tentative in this game. I think he hasn't had one of his better games, but if there's one thing he can do is get on the end of a backline movement and finish it off.
And he makes an easy chance at goal for Davis. No great running from Davis this time, and so takes his time with the kick, accepts the 2 points, and Great Britain now 25 points to 4, 11 points remaining, and surely a forlorn hope for the Kiwis now.
Yeah, Chris Joint shows great speed here from a back rower. Really goes for broke, turns the ball inside to Edwards. Edwards gives it to the speed player, and it's a run in for Martin off here.
Good kick. Oh, but he lost the ball. A good effort by the Kiwis and Frano Botica especially there. The short 10-metre grubber kick, using a wingman, very cleverly done, but just couldn't hold the ball at the end. And number 17 there, David Lomax, packing down. Substitute. Edwards again. Every one of these Great Britain players now wanting the ball. Michael Jackson coming on for Paul Newlove. Newlove took a knock 4 or 5 minutes ago. Jackson's first run, very fast, very quick forward from Halifax, just the sort of substitute to come on, take advantage of a tiring Kiwi side. Shaun Edwards, John, very sensibly pushing New Zealand back to this 20-metre area line.
Yeah, they're reaping the rewards of a good kicking game and a lot of possession in the first half. New Zealand have they've become very tired, and Great Britain are taking all advantage of it.
John Lomax.
On the Great Britain bench with Captain Gary Schofield looking a bit more comfortable than he did an hour ago. You've got a feel for New Zealand, Gary, because nothing goes right for them, does it?
Well, it's not a matter of that, Richard. I think it's the boys again, they're applying the pressure, haven't they? And I said they played very well on defence, you know, before Jonathan Davids got that interception. I think the fellas went 4-6-6 on defence, and that shows what a professional performance they have. And with the pace out wide, we're going to score tries when we take our chances.
Is that what's done at the pace? Great Britain have always looked to have the greater pace here.
Well, we're a very fit side, you know, and so that's the way the game is nowadays. We're pressing, we believe players, we train very hard, and you've got to go for the full 80 minutes.
Thanks, Gary.
An example of the pace there that Gary's talking about from Alan Tate, and this movement of the ball now across the field. Jackson, this is a wonderful exhibition from Great Britain. Connolly, back to this and Farrell again. Oh, he's got Jackson racing away. I mentioned his pace. Can he get into a fire? He does. A fire, surely going for the Nicol. Well, Sonny Nicol there, almost running with the pace of an afire, but the strength and the good thought there, putting Farrell in for a try. 29 points to 4.
Great ball to Connolly here. Same sort of play that put Chris Joynt away earlier. Andy Farrell gets the ball here. This time he's not going to blow it. He finds his support player. Michael Jackson here looked like he lacked a little bit of pace, and a little bit of contact there. Sonny Nichol's in support, goes for the corner. A very, very big player, Sonny Nicol. He's got the strength and puts Andy Farrell in the corner.
And there's the speed of Michael Jackson. It's pure pace in this pack all the way through. Nicol here takes the ball well. He strides out, just has a glance, spots Farrell outside him. Precision pass, and that support played its best. A try on your debut.
Yeah, what a great way to start your test career. Andy Farrell in the corner. Couldn't be a better present for him. 18 years old and he loves it.
Davis, good goal-kicking exhibition here this afternoon, although I think this one is purely now academic. But of course, for his own personal reputation, he'll want this as much as any, and more so than those underneath the posts. Now, just across the side. But Great Britain, convincing performance, 29 points to 4, and New Zealand yet to score.
Yeah, Andy Farrell started that movement, stays on his feet, holds a good position, stays out there, links up here with Sonny Nicol, and really enjoyed the try.
Yes, celebrated being the youngest ever test forward for Great Britain. 18 years of age. I well remember Lee Crooks at 19 playing against Australia way back in '82. Jackson Just 5 minutes remaining here. New Zealand, I think, looking for a little consolation, perhaps a try, some comfort to take across the channel with them to France. They have a test match over there. Davis trusting his boot, stretching Williams. Blackmore. Tywer. And Lomax. Number 17, David Lomax, two of these Lomax brothers from Wellington. Kemp. The ball hitting Tywer. Knock on. Great Britain taking their 12th scrum of the match. Good long ball from Tate. Phil Clark, the man of the match, directed play in midfield, good bursts, good passes like that to Farrell. Nicol. Seen plenty of the action since his arrival on the field. Great Britain looking for even more points. Davis, 13 points already from him. To Devereux. Two solid handoff. But a solid tackle from Blackmore. A big man there marking Devereux now. It's needed. Edwards to Joint. Clark and this man Edwards now calling all the shots, whether passing or kicking like that. Williams. Good cover by Clark. A very fit forward, Phil Clark, number 13, the graduate of Liverpool University, movement science. And he certainly had plenty of movement this afternoon. Stewart worked hard throughout this man Stewart, John.
Yeah, they've worked very hard, but they've just lacked some ideas, and they haven't played a backline game at all. And the new players in the side have shown a lot of inexperience, and it's probably something that the coach tried that's failed.
Mr. McCallum playing advantage. Gary Connolly did well to get the ball out there to Tate. Clark taken up the dominant role since the departure of Gary Schofield with that rib cartilage damage. Farrell again. What a size for a teenager. 6'4", difficult to put down. But touch judge, Mr. London, racing onto the field again. And the Kiwi down, Lomax, John Lomax. And I think Sonny Nicol is going to be called out. An off-the-ball incident. The physiotherapist, Peter Boyle, just giving Lomax some attention.
Andy Farrell's here struggling in the tackle to go forward, and in the back play there we just saw Sonny Nicol take John Lomax out of the play behind play.
And Sonny Nicol is being sent off. And no doubt about it, John, it was an off-the-ball incident, not the sort of thing one should expect in a match. So Sonny Nicol sent from the arena, and again Mr. McCallum showing what a firm, decisive referee he is.
If we just have a look in the back play, if we just move the play forward and have a look back here, if we hold it there, we can see Sonny Nicol with the left elbow coming around, and we run it forward, and he's just taken him out of play behind.
Thankfully, Lomax fit and well, and Mr. McCallum proving once again that he may be quiet, he may be unassuming, but when it comes to firm decisions, he takes them. Possibly one of the best referees in world rugby at the moment. Kemp, Whittaker, Johnson, Lomax, fit and well now. Whittaker, Kemp, Kearney. Oh, good one-handed pass there from Kearney to Kemp, and Kemp keeps the movement going. Williams now looking for a consolation try. He's going to get it. Good try. He spotted his chance. He showed pace, and Jason Williams, the Canterbury Bankstown wing, races in for the consolation try. A little delight for those Kiwi supporters who have come across here 12,000 miles, and a smile for Williams himself.
Yeah, Jason Williams does like to get the ball in broken play, and here he does just that. There's a bit of space there, the defensive line is broken, and Alan Tate backs off. That's his first thought, which is the wrong thought. You don't go backwards, and he's paid the price. Tate backs off here, gives him the outside, and Jason's just got too much speed there, Jason Williams.
But he had the confidence to put the trust in his speed, and he got there. Botica. A straightforward attempt from Botica. 2 points. It's a little consolation there at the final whistle as John Devereux helped to his feet, a leg injury, but no joy, I'm afraid, for the Kiwis. Joy certainly for that man, Andrew Farrell. What a debut, a try-scoring debut. 29 points to 10 for New Zealand, and Great Britain, the first 3-0 win. Whitewash in a series against New Zealand for the first time in 23 years. Gary Connolly, good hard tackling performance, and Sean Edwards kicking superbly in midfield, moving the ball from side to side, and John Devereux being helped off, possibly that right thigh, the knock to the thigh which troubled him earlier on. And Stephen Kearney, his debut as a skipper, not successful. Last Test whitewash here in this country, also gained with a win here way back in 1951. And what a proud day for Farrell there, John, number 11.
Yeah, it certainly is, and it's been a great series for the Great Britain side, and I think we've also got to give the referee a rap. Referee was very consistent throughout the series and did a great job.
He did. And Johnson there did a good job at hooker for the Kiwis. And now the presentation of the John Smith's Trophy, awarded to the winners of this 1993 series. And no doubt about it, Great Britain won the first test 17-0. The second 29-12 as the Kiwis troop off, and a delighted Malcolm Reilly. Now surely one of the best coaches in international rugby. 6 years at the helm, Gary Schofield to receive the trophy from Derek Noble, Executive Director of Courage North. The John Smith Trophy. And despite Rick Carley's damage and in pain, he's delighted to hold that trophy aloft. Great success for Great Britain. Testimony to all the hard work that's put in over the years. Sean Edwards, he saw off Gary Freeman in 2 tests, and I think he saw Whittaker off in this one. Lee Jackson, Darrell Powell, Tate, Gary Connolly, very strong squad now. Darrell Powell, Tate, Gary Connolly and Chris Joynes, good running game. Made that try. Michael Jackson used his pace as substitute. John Devereux hobbling with that bad knock on the thigh. And Skerritt, good return. And man of the match, Phil Clark.